have certain people on when I'm on call. Blain is one of them. So this is who we are, and I'm so glad you came out to celebrate his life. And we will start with a beautiful opening song by our own singers.
Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. I once was lost, but now I'm found. Was blind, but now I see. Was grace had come my heart to fear, and grace my fears relieved. How precious is that grace appeared, the unheard first believed. The Lord has promised good to me. His grace my hopes endures. He will my shield and portion be, as long as life endures.
I know everybody knows me. I'm Joanne Calvary, one of the evening supervisors. Evil or evening? I know it's strange for me to be reading Psalm 23, but yes, it's very meaningful. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. He makes me to lie down in green pastures. He leads me beside the still waters. He restores my soul. He leads me in the paths of righteousness for his name's sake. Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil. For you are with me, your rod and your staff, they comfort me. You prepare a table before me in the presence of my enemies. You anoint my head with oil, my cup runs over. Surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life, and I will dwell in the house of the Lord forever. Amen.
Good evening, everybody, and thank you all for coming. Joanne, we chose that for you. I'm not a singer, and most of the time I'm a reader of words, and so I chose right now to read from Philippians. Paul and Timothy, both of us committed service to Christ Jesus. Write this letter to all the Christians in Philippi, pastors and ministers included. We greet you with the grace and peace that comes from God our Father and our Master Jesus Christ, a love that will grow. Every time you cross my mind, I break out in explanation of thanks to God. Each explanation is a trigger to prayer. I find myself praying for you with a glad heart. I am so pleased that you have continued on this with us, believing and proclaiming God's message from the day you heard it right up to the present. There's never been the slightest doubt in my mind that God who started this great work in you would keep it at you and bring it to a flourishing finish on the very day Christ Jesus appears. Wayne, our friend, our valued employee of Providence Hospital. Wayne started here at Providence probably about 15 years or so ago. He started out working in CCU. Then he decided he wanted to be a supervisor. And he started working with us. And the staffing office and the supervisors kind of go hand in hand. And he He was working 16 hours in New Orleans on the weekends, and he worked every day at Providence Hospital. He never missed a day until he became ill. He got through his illness, and he came back. And he worked and worked tirelessly, and some days Wayne would work ill, but he loved his hospital and his nurses, as he would say. He would go out of his way to make sure everybody had what they needed. He promised the nurses things that he couldn't deliver. And when we found a solution, he was on that phone saying, "I fixed it, buddy." And that made the nurses feel like that he had done a great work, and that's just the way Wayne was. And then some days, when things didn't go well, when Dr. So-and-so would call and say, "You can't get my patient here, Wayne, from Evergreen, Alabama," he'd come to the office, and here's Wayne. He's in there banging on my phone. I said, "Wayne, you gonna buy me a phone soon?" He's having that tantrum, but he never took it outside. Nobody ever saw that except us. And when you talk to Wayne, he was calm, and he made sure that that doctor's patient got a bed. That's just the way Wayne worked. He was not an outgoing person. He was very quiet. But you knew that Wayne was going to take care of business. That's just the Wayne that we knew. So, with that being said, we have a poet in our office. And if you haven't seen it, at the time of death of any family member, there's a dove that's sent from our office. And that was created by Rebecca Wayne. So the rest of my conversation about Wayne, Rebecca wrote it. And don't be surprised at some of the things that you're going to hear in this, but this is just the Wayne that we knew, the Wayne that we saw every day, the Wayne that came into our office after he made rounds and shared things with us to make himself be able to get through the day. Wayne, we cannot believe you were gone. Seemed so strange. Just seemed like you was taken from us so quickly. You was always at Providence, keeping things running smoothly, most of the time 7 days a week. You would always aggravate us when you would come into the staffing office and turn the air up, making it freezing cold. We remember when you searched for your bomb shelter for the end of the world, but never found the right one. That was his daily task when he had his downtime. He was looking for a bomb shelter that he was going to build a home in. So, we knew that. We would move things in your office downstairs just to drive you crazy. We all miss you, and we know when you showed up at the pearly gates, you announced, "This is Wayne Davis. How can I help you?"
It's all good.
It's all good. It's all good. It's all good.
I'm Mary Ann Townsend, from Newton. I'm going to conduct a responsive litany, and I'll begin, and you guys are on. We got this? And it's on your program. Wayne, as we journey on in faith, we remember you. When our hearts feel numb by separation,
We remember you.
when we lack courage and are in need of hope,
We remember you.
in times of searching and adjusting,
We remember you.
when we need comfort and strength,
We remember you.
in times of loneliness and emptiness,
We remember you.
when we feel lost and our hearts are disquieted,
We remember you.
when we have a surprise that we crave to share,
We remember you.
when we recall our stories, the joyous moments,
We remember you.
and as we look for inspiration and compassion to others,
We remember you.
when we need to renew our enthusiasm and zest for life,
We remember you.
when we need an embrace of love and assurance,
We remember you, and may the bond of unconditional love between your heart and ours continue to sustain us.
And now, on the program, it has shared memories. We thought this would be a great time to celebrate Wayne and all that we loved about him. So if anyone would like to remember a story or situation or characteristic.
One time, several years ago, when it was, grandbaby, I think it's 11 now, so maybe at least 11 years ago, I got stuck out of town with my husband. We were supposed to be back, so I could go to work that night. And he got into some moonshine whiskey. And I had to call side of the road, but Wayne fixed it for me.
Well, Wayne was a little weird, you know, he liked those Auburn. He liked those Auburn Tigers, okay? He's an Alabama fan. I had to calm him down a little bit. He finally got the message. Now, he might have been a rabid Auburn fan outside the hospital, but he was very, I'll say, respectful to the Alabama people in Auburn. And I come in and I go, what happened to them Auburn Tigers? Wayne, he goes, Ron and chat. He goes, before they played like, not good, okay? And I said, yeah, okay. And then when I'd come in, he'd be saying, what happened to that Crimson Tide team? I go, yeah, well, they played not good, okay? So we used to have a little, you know, back and forth during the football season, but it was very odd. He loved Auburn, but he never was crazy like some people around him. He was always just in front of me. I don't know how he was with the rest of the people, but yeah, he was, Wayne was joy to work with. And we would be up in the staffing office and the walls could talk. And like Stella said, he could, but when he talked to a little nurse, he says, okay, well, let me get it. Wayne, please. Or somebody, if a nurse would cry, that would just undo it. And I go, Wayne, you know why they're doing that? He goes, no, why? I go, because you're a man. He goes, oh, this is so hard. I go, okay, Wayne. But anyway, we had a lot of fun in the office. I really miss him. He took care of us.
I know when I was a new employee, when I came in, I worked in admissions, I was training on bed control. I may have been there, here at Providence for a week. And the girl I was training under, she was showing me everything about the bed control. And she had this one call, because we always got random calls in admitting, about a guy that was really distraught about something that happened. And he started cussing and calling everybody outside their name, and then he hung up. Well, Wayne was, I guess, making his rounds at the time he came in, and the girl was like, Wayne, they just cussed at me, I don't understand. He says, let's call him back. And so he got the number, he got the number from PBX, and he called this guy back, and he says, you need to apologize to my employees, you were very rude. And the man was pretty much shocked that the hospital had the ability to call him back. But he did apologize, and it was just one of those things, you're a new employee, you're like, wait, what? But, that kind of set the tone for, me knowing Wayne, so.
I can say that, as close as we are to Wayne, he was that close to us as well. And, he was on our floor for a long time, in these last days. And, till on his last admission, which was very close to the end, he called people by name, and he remembered, people from all throughout the hospital. He did that. He was working, even during some confusion. He worked. And Teresa, his wife, would say, he worked all night last night. This was him being at home, and he comes back in the hospital. He's been working, he's been working. So, Providence Hospital, and we were in his heart too. And as much as he impacted our lives, I think that we've also impacted his life and his family's life. And they were greatly appreciative of the care that he received here. And I think they did see that we truly were a family. And it is all.
It is all.
The part that I remember coming in as a chaplain in '06, working an evening shift, I learned early on that the nurses were not just Wayne's, but this was Wayne's hospital. Didn't matter who the CEO was, didn't matter who- this was Wayne, this is my hospital, these are my nurses, and I'm here to make it all good.
That, just as, I can say is, I think everybody can say is that he was just a friend and to all of us. And, from being a staff nurse, just from seeing him go through, make rounds and check on you, you always knew it was going to be okay. Because, you see Wayne excited